This is the XRP 1 month overview reading for the month of June 2023. It's currently April 26, 2023, 2:34 p.m. Eastern Time. XRP at the time of this reading, currently 47 cents, just over 47 cents, I should say, at 0.4779. And the shuffle file we're about to play for XRP's June reading was created on April 14, 2023 at 1:56 p.m. That's this file right here. So the overall theme and behavior for XRP in the month of June, we have notable price swings. Usually they're bullish overall, but you should see some significant price swings. It's crossed with interesting, a decision. There's a decision, an important decision between two leaders that impacts XRP. It's either that or it's crossed with prominent move higher followed by full retracement of the move higher back down to where the move higher started. Behavior around the high side will be in a near overbought crest or peak that we sell off through multiple support levels, and then behavior around the lowest low will have an overbought, an oversold trough that we have a notable move on a 1 month chart out of to the upside. Either that or it'll be a big move to fill a previous gap down or something like that. It'll be a substantial move out of the low. So when I'm looking to determine in real time on a chart if we've met the low, what I'm looking for is the lowest price level and followed by a big move standing out on a 1 month chart out of that lowest price level. Those are some of the criteria I'd be looking for. Before we go any further, guys, let's take a look and see how we did in March. All right, so we had a lowest low possibly around the 9th, a lowest low possibly around the 15th, but I think I went with the 15th as the lowest low, and then a highest high here on the 29th, 30th. I think I was off a couple of days on the low, but really it was so close on a price, in price range to where the low was. So I said, what, the 15th? This is the 12th. The 12th was a low. That's where we have a trade opportunity and a prominent trough. The 15th was right here, is really not far from the low. In any case, that would be really solid as far as going into a high, which was the 29th. We have the 29th, 30th, or 29th more likely than the 30th, but the 29th, 30th as a high. Some other things, notable things, like we had this big move on the 21st out of a trough, a big move to the upside, reaching for a distant resistance level. Here's the 21st for you. So this is a solid reading, my friends, and be careful because what we see off of the high for XRP is a notable decline on a multi-day chart off of the high, the March high for XRP. So being that it's April 26th, we probably could say that we saw basically that into April. So this is really solid, guys. Back to the reading. Another thing also, when we look at the 1 year for June, it's pretty bullish early on. We pushed the upper end of a range higher. And then there's some selling off towards the end of the month. All right, so on the first, we have a period of sideways rotation with a fast sudden move higher that ends that period of sideways rotation, taking us to a crest, like mid to early afternoon session for midday to early afternoon session on the first. A trough around the cusp of the first second, and then I'm advised to be cautious there. Some sort of tricky chart behavior going on, and we have a big move to the upside to another crest, prominent crest on a 1 month here towards the end of the day on the second. On the third, we have a sideways S formation. Guys, keep in mind, by the way, when you're reading this, sometimes like we're right on the ball a lot of the time, like right on point as far as the timing. Sometimes we're off a day here and there. You have to give it a little wiggle room because not every energy of each card is going to line up perfectly with a day. But for the most part, the sequence of events is going to be very accurate. Most of the timing will be very accurate, but the sequence of events is what you want to keep your eye on, right? So we have this sideways S formation that forms within a channel. It's usually a horizontal resistance and horizontal support, and we decline from the resistance to the support, reverse, go all the way back to resistance, reverse, go all the way back to support, creating like a sideways S decline formation. Sometimes it's at an angle. And then we have a big move to the upside on on the 4th to another prominent crest or peak. There's a trade opportunity here on the 3rd, a trade opportunity here on the 4th. We'll get into the trade opportunities in more detail on the paid version. My friends, the paid version is really the best way to support the channel. I know there's a lot of people that are interested in the XRP reading. We need some support in the XRP reading, my friends, really. The best way to do that is go to the website Tarot for Traders right here. Go to SO Meta Forecasts. Click on monthly predictions and subscribe to the XRP reading down here. Subscribe here. And what you'll be getting is the paid version of XRP, which has all of the best trades that we see throughout the month. And there's quite a lot of trades here. Some of them are going to be better than others, and we really discern what we see to be the best trades. And it's a really great way to support the channel. Much appreciated to all of you that do that. And just throwing it out there, guys, we're going to have XRP up for maybe a month or two. But if we don't see some interest on a membership kind of basis, a subscription basis, then we'll probably move on to something else where it does yield some sort of return, just so you know. So if you want to see XRP guaranteed, please be one of the people to sponsor XRP. All right, guys, so on the 5th, we established support along key, rotating sideways along key support. We established support on a 1-month scale, and then we moved to the upside, standing out pretty notably on a 1 month, and then established support at a higher level. On the 6th, this period of sideways rotation that started at this higher level on the 5th, and a period of sideways rotation on the 6th contains within it a sharp drop, taking us to what may be a lowest low here on the 6th, 7th. Or we might see it on both days. But I see a sharp drop taking us into a lowest low. And when we meet the lowest low, there's a kind of like a sideways fluctuating decline into the lowest low, followed by a rally out of it. It looks like sideways fluctuating decline into the lowest low, followed by a rally out of it somewhere around the 7th or into the 8th, and we create a crest on a 1-month scale that stands out. From the crest, we sell off down to and through support on a 1-month scale, and we do a U-shaped reversal, come back and reuse that support as support, and we rotate sideways into the 9th. A significant trade opportunity on the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. We'll get into that in the paid version, my friends. But we're rotating sideways into the 9th. Increasing with bearish momentum as we move forward in time. Looks like we decline to a prominent trough midday on the 10th, and there's a sideways fluctuating rally out of that decline that precedes another decline. So we go from like a sharp decline early on the 10th probably into a trough midday on the 10th. From that trough, a sideways fluctuating rally out of it into somewhere between the 10th and 11th, there's a drop to a prominent trough again, and then we establish out of that prominent trough on the 11th, there's a big move to the upside where we establish support at a higher level, what used to be resistance. We establish support, and we rotate sideways. A sharp drop on the 12th, taking us to a support level that can be relied upon. Another trade opportunity on the 13th. It looks like we have 3 local highs on the 13th. So on a 1-day scale, we should see 3 crests. And there's a day trade opportunity on the 13th. I'll highlight it in the paid version. But a decline there, taking us to another significant trade on a 1-month kind of scale, or on a multi-day kind of scale here on the 14th when rotating sideways along key support. On the 15th, we have a period of a mixed kind of day, but with a lot of price change. Looks like to the upside, first to the upside, and then a retracement of that move back down on the 15th. Multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance on a 1-day chart around the high for the 15th, and we revisit a support level around the low for the 15th. On a 1-day chart, revisit a support level that was recently revisited once before. So probably we go from the support on the 14th up high to like a crest on the 15th, and then our full retracement back down on the 15th to that support that we left on the 14th. On the 16th, we have a sideways we have an important resistance level on a multi-day scale that's highlighted. A lot of price change moving into that resistance level, with a bit of a drop off of that resistance level into the 17th. Out of the drop into the 17th, there's an unexpected move higher on the 17th, taking us through resistance on the 18th. To stay above resistance momentarily before breaking back down through that same price level shortly thereafter, and it creates like a new local high, possibly a highest high thus far there on the 18th. Significant trade opportunity energies throughout the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. We'll get into in the paid version, but there on the 19th, we have a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meeting a secondary resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And there's some price swings there on the 19th, with a big move to the upside into the 20th. The 20th is like an unexpected or an improbable move higher. There's an important technical price level on a 1 month scale, at least, that's highlighted. And then we see a highest high, most likely there on the 21st. After a bit of a decline, there's a fast sudden move higher, ending that period of decline and taking us to a highest high. We bump along resistance on the 22nd. It's a resistance that we've come up against many times before and failed to break through, and we decline pretty sharply there on the 22nd to a prominent trough for the month there on the 22nd. We go into a deeper trough for the month there on the 23rd towards the end of the day after a sharp decline, and we have a lowest low here around the 23rd, 24th, in a period of volatility where there's a sharp drop in that period of volatility. On the trade opportunity on the 24th, very likely a lowest low there again, so a lot of price change in these price swings, guys. On the 25th, that period of volatility on the 24th extends into the 25th, but it ends on the 25th with a fast sudden move higher, taking us to a prominent crest or peak there on the cusp of the 25th, 26th, where we have sideways fluctuating three crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level, on the 26th, ending with a bullish trend. The bullish trend ends with a sharp decline on the 27th. The decline will stand out on the 1 month chart and takes us to a prominent trough there. Significant trade opportunity there, actually a day trade opportunity that I'll highlight in the paid version. And then on the 28th, we have a U-shaped dip that forms near the intersection of two perpendicular diagonal trend lines, and there's a crest midday. On the 29th, we have the establishment of support at a key support level, and then a big move to the upside off of that establishment of support, standing out on a 1 month chart there on the 29th, taking us into a brief peak on the 30th that's easily missed, and followed by a sharp decline through multiple support levels. The sneak preview for the following month of July is bumping up against resistance, breaking through resistance, possibly bumping up against resistance some more. And what we see on the 1 year, we see a failed attempt to break through key resistance on the 1 year. So, opportunity end of the month for trade, opportunity at the low for trade, the low for the month for trade. We'll get into it in more detail in the paid version, my friends. Make sure to follow the rule of karma. It's the most important part of this channel. What we're trying to do is goodwill for the world. You do that here on the website Tarot for Traders, at our resources tab, where you follow the rule of karma, which is the unwritten rule of the channel. 5% of the profits you make from the information on this channel needs to go forward to one of these charities. It doesn't matter if it's $1. It doesn't matter if it's $100,000. What matters, guys, is that you follow the rule of karma, because what you're doing is you're perpetuating abundance mindset and guaranteeing more abundance to follow, because you're putting it out and you're releasing it into the world with a mindset that is you're gonna get more, rather than trying to hold on to it with the mindset that you have to keep it because you might not get more. Abundance mind is key. So make sure you send some forward to the universe. Those good deeds multiply infinitely through all multiverses, my friends. And then make sure to support the channel for all the free work that we do. 5% of the profits back to the channel here at Cashapp, PayPal. If you're international and you want to do it, guys, there's a Wise app which you can do international payments through pretty easily. Let me know if you're interested in that. And then make sure whatever you do, guys, you spend that money out of love. As long as you spend that money out of love, the universe is going to keep that flow of abundance through this channel coming to you. With that said, my friends, stay tuned for the paid version. I'll see you guys on the next one.